Neve Owens. Welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League highlights show. Friday night football is in Campbelltown this week as the unstoppable Central Coast Mariners paid Dwight Yorke's Macarthur Bulls a visit. With 6 goals in 2 games, the Mariners are hot favourites going into this one. Calling the action is Simon Hill and Andy Harper.
But with Holman snapping away at his heels, but he's found Cummings. Oh, and a mistake by Uscock. And Macca is away and opens the scoring in the 4th minute for the Mariners. Disaster for the Bulls and for Tomislav Uscock in particular. He completely missed his kick and the Mariners have pounced. Torre's up and about a bit, again I should say. And here's Davila, top of the box, trying to bend it. And he's done so. I thought it had dropped in there for a second, goodness me. Wow.
Not a huge threat outside of it. Sammy Silvera talk about a threat.
That was a terrific turn out of trouble from Silvera. Tullio. And arriving is Unkalolo, and it's tipped over the bar by Curto. A razor-sharp attack from the Mariners.
Much better keeping the flow of this terrific game going.
Silvera and Cummings. And again, Jason Cummings, it's 2! With his less favoured right foot this time. 5 goals in his last 7 matches now. And his first on the road this season. And the Mariners are 2 clear. Drew's corner, and it found Arzani. That's a near post and forced in by Matt Miller against one of his former clubs, and the Bulls are back in the game and still over half an hour to go. Well, this time it was the Mariners who clocked off from the set piece, and the Bulls have profited. Holman. Arzani foraging for it, drops here for Jake Holman, gonna have a go here, and Vukovic had to help it on its way. Still feeling the after effects, Sammy Silvera. Tullio's gone down now, no whistle. Here's Davila, tried to go on his own, it's Jetru! What a save from Vukovic. Top draw stop, the outstretched left leg. It's a real arm wrestle. On we go, ball stayed in play. Arzani can have a dig here. Why not?
He's been terrific since he's come on. And he's really taken the responsibility upon himself.
3 home wins and 3 losses for the Bulls. They were much improved in the second half, and the Mariners really had to work for their win. Full time, Macarthur 1, Central Coast Mariners 2.
On Saturday, Wellington Phoenix make the trip north to Queensland to play a Brisbane Roar side who have lost just once in their last 9. Your commentators are Glenn Lauder and Daniel McBreen.
It's given away by the Phoenix. David Ball, the man to give the ball away, and I thought he might have given a free kick away there, but Adam Kersey's allowed play to continue, and Clayton Lewis, a shot from long range, sails safely over the bar.
Looks as though they've gone to that back 3. Connor Chapman, Aldred and Neville, as we do see quite often with them. It's a great ball forward.
Wonderful ball over the top, and the man who's been in great form up front, Nikola Milojushnik, had some big opportunities against Melbourne Victory a week ago, and he pulls out a great save from Ollie Sale to win the corner. Danzaki does well to nick the ball. Milojushnik again. Tight angle, but it doesn't matter. Ollie Sale can't do anything about it. It nestles in the bottom corner, but the flag's gone up. It won't count. Fortuitous for Wellington. His first one wasn't wonderful. This one's toward the back post, and it almost may have dipped in there. Ollie Sale had his heart in his throat. Beautiful ball for Milojushnik, who squares it for Hingert. The deflection's an important one. Another deflection. Appeals for handball. Nothing doing, says Adam Kersey. May have been off the chest. Huge moment for Brisbane Roar. Wonderful play. Clayton Lewis's ball towards the penalty spot. Laws was in the way. Jan Sass, that could have gone anywhere. Jordan Holmes was rooted to the spot. And thankfully for the Brisbane custodian, it ripples the outside of the net. Here's Ben Old again. Kai Truant tries to stand him up one-on-one. Old's delivery's too heavy. Moragas is out on the left and can pick the pieces up. Now towards the back post, and that is a much better delivery. Oscar Zavada scored last week against Sydney FC. He's got 2 in 2, and the Wellington Phoenix have got a goal. They've pushed and pushed, and ultimately they take the lead in Brisbane. They won here on their last visit, and they may be on their way again. 1-0. Now Zabala, and his head is just wide across the face. Huge opportunity for Brisbane Roar. Neville. Oh, great opportunity here. Wonderful save by Ollie Sale to deny Joe Knowles on the penalty spot. Ollie Sale came up big twice last week, and he's done it again this afternoon. With a minute to go. Henry Hoare. Can Joe Knowles be the hero? From close range, Oliver Sale at the front post. Another big save from the New Zealand goalkeeper. On we go. Now he looks at his watch. He blows full time, but it's kicking off. Steven Ugarkovic has run in. Alex Paulson, the substitute goalkeeper's on the field as well. Several substitutes are involved. It's finished. Wellington Phoenix 1, Brisbane Roar 0.
Melbourne Victory have finished in the bottom 2 twice in the past 3 seasons, and they are back at the foot of the table as they head to Adelaide desperate for 3 points from the cross-border derby on what was a scorcher of an arvo at Coopers Stadium. Simon Hill and Andy Harper are your commentators.
Scored just the once in Reds colours in the playoffs against Melbourne City last year. Halloran ghosting into the box, still going, Ben Halloran, and tees up Craig Goodwin, needed a second touch, fires it into the roof of the net. Brilliant stuff by the Reds. Ben Halloran, the architect. Craig Goodwin took his time, but found the top corner. 5th of the season, Reds 1-0. Ferried out wide for Chris Economides. Good spell of pressure by Victory. Economides and Brimmer. Second time around, and Joe Gauci grabs it somehow. And play will stop for an injury now for Alexander Popovic. Victory are appealing for handball. Jake Brimmer.
That's the penalty. His arm slightly out from his body. It stopped the ball going towards the goal. So to me, that is a more defining moment than outside of natural range or whatever the hell they call it.
Well, it's not been given.
I think fair to say, Simon, that Zach hasn't completely delivered on the promise yet.
Rolanto might deliver on the promise of that intelligent ball over the top. And behind him is D'Agostino! Oh, that's a bullet! Wow! That was hit with total conviction from Nick D'Agostino, and it fairly tore into the back of the net. And we're all square. Brilliant goal. Goodwin at the top of the box. It's Irankunda. Oh, that's absolutely cleaned up by Marchand. Completely taken off his feet. No blame to Nestor Irankunda. He just could not get out of the way. Bang. Oof.
Well, having just come on the field, I don't think there's much chance he's going to stay on the field.
They cannot afford to take risks. And a concussion substitute may well be imminent. Kitto, lovely 1-2 with Goodwin to open up the space. Halloran. This would be a wonderful goal if they could get it, but in the end, Victory got bodies in the way, and now will spring forward themselves. It's Valupale around the challenge of Alagic. And if they look the other way, Economides has a big chance. Oh! Goodness me, Leighton Brooks. What a chance to win it for Victory, and he got right underneath it and put it into row D of the crowd. The Reds back in the 6th, but frustrated. Their post-World Cup blues continue to an extent. But all in all, a really good night's entertainment at Coopers, and it ends all square. Adelaide United 1, Melbourne Victory 1.
Join us after the break as we wrap up the rest of the action from round 12. Welcome back to the Isuzu UTE A-League highlights show. Perth Glory and Sydney FC wrap up Saturday Isuzu UTE A-League action at Macedonia Park in Western Australia, with the pressure mounting on Steve Corica and Sydney FC. Calling the game, Robbie Thompson and Grace Gill.
With Clisby looking for Ryan Williams, who's played most of this season either at right wing-back or right midfield. He's up front. Here's Lafondra. Closed down by Latchman. Lafondra's cross is a great one towards Robert Mack. They're queuing up. It's hit on the volley. And good, strong hands. It was Caballo, the Spanish left back, looking for his first goal for Sydney. Oh, as they've been robbed in midfield here. Cheap turnover. Lolly got it onto his left foot. They've stood off the shot, and it's in from Joe Lolly. He's missed the last 2 games with suspension, and Sydney missed him, and it's taken him just 5 minutes on the dot to open the scoring in the West. As Perth look to come forward again. Amini, who was at Sydney FC last season. Great switch of play. Clisby crosses, back post, Katrumbas saved, and then off Aaron Gerd, and saved again by Redmayne, who may have hurt himself in the process. Caballo's cross is a good one into the danger zone, back post, and Ryan Grant has added goal number 2. And Sydney FC.
How about this delivery in from Caballo? Beautiful shape, beautiful whip on the Harvey Norman replay, and Ryan Grant positioning just there, right place, right time, and just looks at the ball ripple into the back of the net. Sydney FC flying.
Katrumbas coming off second best against Robert Mack. Mack's pass is a lovely one for Burgess. It could be 3 off the crossbar. And Clisby clears. Here it comes. Oh, the header. Ooh. And I thought that was in for a moment as it just rippled down the side.
Important changes, host of changes there, fresh energy.
And it comes, ball near post, the header, and they're back into the game. Just 47 seconds into the second half. And it's Zach Duncan, one of those halftime substitutes, who has made the difference. His first A-League goal since returning to the competition from a spell in Denmark. Mack, ball in, glancing header, and saved only just by Cam Cook. Nice touch, Caceres. Caceres still going. He's so hard to dispossess. Oh, and Sean Cook with a miraculous save. Right on the goal line, just when it looked as though Sydney had to score the 3rd. Clisby drops into the middle as Lolly hits it. Great stop, Cook again. Flying away to the right and a strong palm. Turns it behind for a corner. Space for Douse. The cross in is a good one. Oh, just wide. Is there a grandstand finish in this one? Fantastic pass from Latchman. Douse, the ball in! And a bullet header from David Williams. And Perth have pulled it out of the fire. And Sydney players drop to the ground in despair. Well, it flew off his head like a volley. And Perth are all level in the final seconds. It's 2-2. As that's how it ends. Another thrilling night at Macedonia Park as Perth Glory make it 5 without defeat. Finished at Macedonia Park. Glory 2, Sydney FC 2.
Sunday starts with Melbourne City looking to make it 4 wins on the bounce as they head to CommBank Stadium to take on Western Sydney, as the home side looks to stop Jamie Maclaren, who has scored 17 times in 17 meetings with the Wanderers. Your commentators are Robbie Thompson and Daniel McBreen.
Western Sydney supporters making plenty of noise, and that's Jamie Maclaren out jumping Ruan Tonic at the back post. Bozanic again doing a fantastic job at Leckie. Oh, that's wonderful play. Taking on Tonic, back post. So close, Marco Tilio, who's not known for his aerial prowess. He got into the right position. That's a fantastic pass from Tonic for Najarine. Now looking, the run from Borello. He's got the legs and he's got the opening goal. The backflip strikes again. And having said just 2 minutes ago that he needed to find the back of the net for his confidence, well, there he showed that he knows exactly where those bottom corners are. Ball back post, it's another header down. Oh, and so close for Curtis Good to equalise, and then Marco Tilio's effort deflected by Tonic. Desperate defending again. Great pressing again from City. They've won it back. Tilio, so dangerous. Maclaren, just wide. Jamie Maclaren, who's on such a scoring run. He's scored in 10 consecutive A-League matches this season. Good with Lamb. Lamb tries it from distance. What a strike. And just wide as it hit the stanchion behind the goal. Even made the sound of hitting the post. Here it comes, last chance. Leckie! Oh! A grass cutter that just fizzed past the post. We've got a 17-year-old on the bench tonight as well, as here goes Tilio into the area. Tilio bending it off the post. City so close to the equaliser, and it's not finished yet.
Good feet on the sideline, and it's pure pace and aggression. And just like last week, cuts inside, looks to aim it into that far corner.
Looks like Rami Najarine is right to rejoin the action. City back on the front foot. Leckie. O'Neill. The big switch for Tilio. Van der Ven and Talbot in close quarters. Tilio, no way past Traore, but Maclaren looking to get involved as well. Van der Ven curling it. Oh, what a finish! All class from the Dutchman. Richard van der Ven with his second goal in the A-League. An equaliser that has been coming, and it is very much worthy of the occasion. Quality finish.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay will show that Western Sydney were unable to get the ball away. Second to both balls that dropped down.
Is this the moment? Berengay's ball, back post, Thomas claims, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a share of the spoils, a thrilling finish in the end, and despite so many chances to finish, there was no winner for the away side. A precious point for Western Sydney. City stalled but not beaten. It's finished at CommBank. The Wanderers won, Melbourne City won.
At the other end of the table, there is plenty of work to do for both the Newcastle Jets and Western United, who meet on a hot and windy afternoon in Ballarat. Calling all the action is Teo Palizzeri and Grace Gill.
James McGarry is one of the players that has survived the cull from last week. As we see Thurgate combining here with Daniel Steins. The Jets getting in behind early. Shot saved by Young. Really top stop to deny Sotirio, and that would have been a goal in the first minute, and Jamie Young tells his teammates to get their heads out of the dressing room. Thurgate controls the ball, and now through the right side, the shot on the tight angle, another good save. Sotirio stings the palms of Jamie Young. Hits it underneath. Payne cutting it back. Risden's there now. Wales! What a strike! Lockie Wales into the top corner! Western United bring Ballarat to life, and it is a roar of pleasure from Wales as he breaks the deadlock. Just waited for the ball to arrive, Josh Soterio. Had a number of defenders to get into position. Dartsmelia. And now Steins goes to work, cutting it on his right with a bender! Daniel Steins! Put that one in the goal of the season reel. That is one heck of a hit.
That is some strike there from Daniel Steins. Pick that one out of the back of the net.
As we see Prijovic to Connor Payne, and Payne accelerating, is going to shoot, and it is nearly creeping into the corner. Near post delivery once again, Mikkel Tadze. It's an up and under header. Parius! Well, he was given the space to hit a volley, but surrounded by opponents, he went high rather than through. Almost like the clock ticking over to 20 minutes of regulation to go has come with a plan. Here's Steins, a bending cross and an unmarked Bahaja, who had to do better. He's missed the target, totally unmarked.
What was Marcus Rashford?
Here's a long ball now for Mikkel Tadze. He's legged. It's a foul. And the long ball has undone Western United. Rouge out of the pocket. Tratt was already on a yellow, but that is a straight red. And this game takes a severe turn with just over 15 minutes to go. All set for Becca Dartsmelia. Here's the free kick. And Young is safe as he holds it at eye level and collapses onto the ball.
Strong hands there from Jamie Young.
Free kick for Western. Can they score with 10 men? Kilkenny bending it in, and it's off the crossbar. Bonnage so close to his first A-League men's goal. In at the near post it goes. Lacroix denied.
The great delivery from Kilkenny. Lacroix, lovely little glancing header there. Jack Duncan does really well to get down and push that one out.
Piscopo's there, and the full-time whistle goes, and it will be frustration for both these teams. Western United because they took the lead, and the Newcastle Jets because they had 15 minutes against 10 men, but weren't able to complete the comeback. And after the score was 1-1 at halftime, neither team was able to break through in the second 45. An intriguing but ultimately locked game between these two sides. There's more to the story, perhaps, with an injury to Prijovic and a suspension for Tratt to have to deal with as well. Handshakes at full time, though, in Ballarat. As it ends, Western United 1, Newcastle Jets 1.
Before we go, let's have a quick look at the league table. The Mariners' fab run of form continues with their third win on the trot, seeing them charge into outright second spot on the ladder. The Knicks pick up another invaluable 3 points as they bank their second 1-0 win in a row, and both Perth and Sydney have to settle for 1 point each as they look to stay in touch with the top 6. That's it from round 12. We'll see you next week for more Isuzu UTE A-League action.